Okay, so we're going to apply the golden ratio to this poorly drawn, quick bird object. Kind of just did kind of the basic outlines, and that's what you need to do to get started with golden ratio. Is it's not going to design it for you. You design the basic symbol, and then you can start to apply that shape to the golden ratio to make it more uniform and appealing. So I have this basic little shape I drew really quickly, and I'm going to conform this to the circle golden ratio that we developed in the previous video. So I'm going to send this on the bottom layer. And what I'm going to do is, instead of changing the size of the circle, I am not allowed to change the sizes of the circle because then the ratios will be off. So they'll stay the same, but I can adapt my drawing to the biggest curve. So this is kind of the biggest circular curve I'm seeing here. So I'm going to make this go all the way out, the body conform to the largest outside circle. So now I have a basis to make my neck shape. So you see this little bit that is not a part of that circle. So this is we're going to go ahead and start to conform it to some of these circles. So I'm conforming this shape to the circle as best as I can. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take some of these other circles and start to help carve out our shape. You can take any size circle, just don't change the size of the circle. They need to stay within relation to each other. Okay, so see how I adapted this circle. Go ahead and zoom in. Okay, so I have this size circle here, and you'll see how it's off a little bit. I can go ahead and adapt my drawing to conform to this circle. It's going to look a lot better, I think. I may have to add more anchor points or use the curvature tool to help me conform to the circle. There we go. Okay, we're going to keep doing the same thing over and over. Just finding circles that help give us shape, overlap circles to help find the shapes that we need to make. So how about this top of the neck? Let's do a one step up circle. So let's grab this circle. No, guess we'll need to stick with this one. I don't want to make it bigger. I'm tempted to make it a little bit bigger, but I want to conform to the golden ratio. So what I'm going to do is adapt the beak to this circle now. So these overlapping circles are giving us a lot of wonderful curves and options. So you notice how the head is forming out of those circle shapes. We're going to do the same thing for the wings. You can use any size circle, just don't change the size of the circle. You got a lot of circle options. So wings, okay, let's see. That's good for wingspan. Let me see if I can't get the bigger circle. Let's grab our biggest circle here. Let me go back. Let's see if we can't get the curvature of the wing just right. Maybe right here. Let's see if we can't adapt that wing to that circle right there. And sometimes you may have to redraw. So let's do that. Let's redraw another shape here to make this wing conform to that circle. And let me bring that into the back object. This little section and our bird, we can group those together. Send it backward again. So let's make this adapt to this bigger curve. This seems really complicated. It can be. If you're doing a complex shape like this, it could be a little complicated. This is helping you get angles and circular curves. It's really all it is. It's a tool It's not something you have to use all the time and have to be precise. It's a guide to help you find some curves that you wouldn't normally draw yourself. I'm going to draw, or I'm going to copy this larger circle and make it a solid shape. And I'm going to overlap it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Shape Builder tool to subtract that object from here. So I'm going to select the object I want to subtract it to, select the new circle I'm overlapping, grabbing my Shape Builder tool, I'm going to hold down Option, and I'm going to subtract. That's an easy way to subtract without having to adjust all these little things here. All right, so now we're getting the shape for the wing. You'll see that we got the shape for the head and underneath the head. Let's see what else we can do here. Let's just copy and paste some of these original circles that we created. And we're just going to keep doing that until we get the right size. Remember, we can't really change the size of the circles without changing them all because we'll mess up the ratio. So I wonder if we can cut out this tail and have the tail come down here. Now we could create a lot of different shapes by overlapping these. Let's take the big one. See if we can't overlap it and create a shape we like. How about right there? So now we can cut that little section out because that'll create a nice curve for us. So let's do the same thing we did before. Let's copy and paste this circle, make it a solid shape, and we're going to select our bird, get our Shape Builder tool, going to get our subtraction option. Let me bring this shape up just a little bit so that you have this intersecting line. I can actually probably take this, bring it down so it's overlapping, so it doesn't treat this all as one shape. So let me select this object and go ahead and subtract. There we go. That works great. I was treating it as one shape there for a while. I don't think I need that circle anymore, although I do need it there to show where I cut it out. So I'm just copying and pasting. So you see how that cut makes the tail, this cut makes the body, this circle makes the head, this circle cuts out the neck, this circle goes and creates the wing. So you can create so many different combinations and create so many different types of bird shapes from all these different size circles. You have 5 or 6 different size circles. You can create even more if you wanted to, and keep making them smaller and have little small curves that you can cut out. Let's see what we have here. Let me do one more thing. Just making sure I have all the nice curves that I want. I think I'm good. Let's see what we have. We'll go ahead and take our object, copy it, and paste it. Select all and delete all of our circles. And I know there's some things that I'm going to need to tweak here. Just kind of some rough edges and certain things. Let me take the Shape Builder tool and combine these objects. Now we have one object. Now I can go back and smooth this out. So I went back and made a few small adjustments, but you can kind of see how we use those golden ratio circle versions to overlap and create our different curves. And you just go one angle at a time with a graphic you maybe already developed to help you adjust those curves. And there you go. There's our first one we've done. It's a little more of a complicated one, so probably should have done a more simple one, but at least you can understand the rules of the golden ratio and how you can apply it to logo design to get the kind of curves and movements and things that you just can't create all on your own. Sometimes you need a little help from mathematics.